Let us feel British instead of being stopped and searched, and instead of being stopped at every airport and a nice man coming up to you and saying, where are you going for holidays, or what are you doing with your beard, or when are you coming back, and what are you going to be, who are you going to be meeting? Well, sometimes I have to get my badge out to show them, and then I say, well, have you got one as well? I want to know who you are. And that happens with our young people on daily basis. So it's time actually, even Lord Carlisle has said that the anti-terror laws are being abused by the police, overused by the police on stop and search, that has gone up by 1,000-fold or something. I don't know the exact figure. Well, it's time that we ask our government, and I belong to that party, by the way, and I have to say the Tories are going to be worse, I'm sorry. And the Liberal Democrats, bless them, they're nice, but you know, they sport some things. So, when it comes to these matters, they're all embedded in the same place. But it's time that we ask for our values of Magna Carta, habeas corpus, and we ask that they respect every individual. Don't go and spend and waste taxpayers' money in countries abroad and say that we are proud and we are British. Let us feel that we are proud and we are British by giving us the respect. So, the media, actually, we're talking about Pakistan, the media has been very, very naughty. Because what we've seen on media is that, whilst, by the way, I'm not an apologist for Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, because quite frankly, I have no time for the terrorists. I have no time for the extremists. And those who want to impose their version of Islam or their version of rule by closing down the schools or by punishing women, they should be punished and they should be thrown out of Pakistan. They have no room in I have no sympathy for those people. But what did the people of Sabat, what did the people of Malakand want? All they wanted was this Nizam-e-Adal, the Qazi system that was there until 1969, 1970. The Wali of Sabat Malakand actually gave them, they had this system. It's like our Justice of Peace JP system. It's the cheapest and most accessible, most easiest system that you can have. Because the rest of the Pakistan and India has our British system that we left them from 1845 and 1826 when we wanted to govern and we wanted to keep them there. And we didn't want them to get out of the system where they could get cheap justice and fast justice. And so what is this Qazi system where you could just walk in and make a complaint and get a cheap, fast justice? And the media was talking about this Sharia law being imposed. Well, it wasn't a Sharia law at all. All it is, it's a justice system. But some of it, or most of it, is based on Islamic values, but it is not a Sharia as such. And it was there in 1994, Benazir Bhutto gave them. And then in 2004, Musharraf was negotiating with them. He gave it to them as well, but it wasn't imposed, or it wasn't actually conducted in the same way, because the government of Pakistan had failed to deliver justice, to deliver services, education, health, and also law and order, which these people wanted. So whilst I have no sympathy for the Taliban, I have no sympathy for Maulana Fazlullah, Maulana Muhammad and his sympathizers. I don't think that anybody should have any doubt in their mind that they are not the alternative. But on the other hand, I think it's time for the Pakistanis to rise up and say, we don't want American interference and we don't want British interference in Pakistan either. Let the Pakistani people, I tell you with all due respect, I am British. But every time Downing Street comes under pressure, is on his plane down to Pakistan so he could share, I'm tough on terrorism. And he gives £6 million, which is, he's given 5 times, it's the same money, by the way. And I tell you, it's so embarrassing. Because when the Americans say that they've given Pakistan $11 billion, Pakistan has lost over $35 billion with 5,000 people since they've been fighting this war. Pakistan has lost more soldiers than any other in the whole of NATO put together in Afghanistan. So Pakistan, not only Pakistan's economy is at virtual collapse, not only that Pakistan in itself as a federal state is facing so many difficulties, all because, I tell you, when America was losing in Vietnam, they bombed Cambodia, I said that. And then they blamed Syria in Iraq, I said that. And now they want to blame Pakistanis because they are failing in Afghanistan and they will continue to do it. So it's time. So I think that the government of Pakistan, Pakistani people need to rise up. We actually, by the way, we the British Pakistanis, and also I think that the indigenous community needs to support the Pakistani people right now. Those who have been internally displaced, we need to give them support. We need to help good charities. By the way, that's another industry, because there are some people, lots of people who took money during the earthquake and they didn't deliver. And I am certainly pursuing 4 organizations through Charities Commission because they were cheating, and a couple of them have nearly closed down, and I'm pursuing them. But we need to make sure that there are good charities who are doing some fundraising and giving support to those people who have suffered as a result of the military action. But at the same time, we need to also support the people of that region and say to them, as a Muslim, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. We need to get them united, and we need them to actually fight with those extremists, but also tell the state to back off and let this area to prosper on its own. And certainly I think that Barack Obama needs to change his policies, because if he doesn't, then I'm afraid this war on terror is a never-ending war, because the more, when you arrest 12 young students and when you keep them in prison for no crime that has been committed and they've not been charged, no wonder you are going to make other young people feel angry, and there'll be more extremists as well. So I think we ought to be telling Gordon Brown as well that it's time that he releases those 10 students and let them get on with their education in this country. Because there's no case to send them back to Pakistan, because they've not done nothing. And if they have, then put them before a judge. And if you send them with this allegation that they were, or they are suspected, or they may have been, then the Pakistani intelligence services will go and harass them, and their lives will be ruined. So, thank you for coming on a beautiful day. Thank you for supporting us. One last thing I've got to say. I'm not going to tell you which political party, of course, my own political party, I'll be saying that to you, that you should be supporting. But because you've got lots of political parties here, I'm not going to say this. One thing I ask you is please make sure that you ask every member of the community and everyone you know to come out on 4th of June and vote for a mainstream candidate so the British National Party does not get through the back doors. So 4th of June is very important for the election. 4th of June, did I say January? June. 4th of June, Thursday, the election day. Make sure that you go and knock on everybody's doors and get them out to vote. Make sure that the BNP doesn't get in through the back doors. Thank you very much for supporting. Please continue.